Welcome to the Hillsborian Historian. My name is Rex, and today we're going to take a look at the history of the Perfecto Garcia and Brothers cigar factory. So, way back in 1905, they had a factory, but unfortunately it burned down in the famous Ybor City fire back in 1908. This was a devastating fire. And so, for a brief time, they would be housed in the famous factory. This was the famous Sanchez and Haya cigar factory. But they're going to be building a new brick factory on the corner of 16th Street and 18th Avenue. This is in 1914. We're told it could have been $25,000. It might have been $35,000 to build this place, but the final article I saw said 30,000, so it's a bit of a spread, but there you go. Notice that this place is fireproof and it's got that huge water tower up there. Pretty cool, huh? And things are going well. This factory is another one of the classic cigar factories in Ybor City that helped make Tampa the cigar city. Here we see someone fell through a elevator shaft, but he did okay. Sadly, Perfecto died in 1930. Also in 1930, we get these images from the Tony Pizzo collection located at USF Digital Commons. These photographs are amazing. I mean, look at this place. Pretty cool, huh? The interior, I mean, these photographs, this is true Ybor City history. There's a boss with the workers. Everybody's hanging out. Look at all these cigars. Look at this car. You know I love old cars. That's a man. That truck is loaded down, right? And then look at all these. Look, this is a huge factory. Everybody's working hard. Look at all this tobacco. That's amazing. This is hard work, but it's also art in a sense. I mean, these guys are craftsmen. This is El Lector, the reader. So he would read to the factory workers as they produced all of these cigars. And for the Great Depression, this factory seemed to do pretty good. I mean, they're cranking stuff out. Now, this is 1930, so the Depression is just starting, but there's indications that this factory did pretty good overall, as we'll see soon, throughout the Great Depression. Look at them just stacking up these cigars. This is amazing. So these workers are very proud of what they do. It's an amazing industry, and it defined Tampa, especially in the early 20th century. There is a 1936 edition, we were told, and I read there was also a 1923 edition. So this place was doing pretty good, all things considered. Then in 1936, there is also a robbery. A guy dressed as a policeman comes in and robs the place. As far as I can tell, they were never caught. Everybody's recuperating. That's pretty bold, isn't it? I think it is. There's a big reward out for the robbers, but like I said, I don't think they were ever caught. But they do reference the fact that payrolls are doing well at that time. Here's a display from a state fair. In 1939, Jack Benny made a joke about Perfecto cigars on the radio, and guess what he got? A box of cigars. That's not bad. In 1944, the MacDill Band serenaded the factory workers for selling war bonds, and in 1945, the factory workers demanded that soldiers come home soon. But then in 1948, we have another robbery. This time, the robber was said to be polite. He called out to the watchman, and the watchman opened the door. Then the guy came in. They arrested a man who said he didn't do it, probably in a polite fashion. But later on, the same man was arrested as he was trying to rob the safe of the Park Theater. So I'm pretty sure this guy was the one that did it. At any rate, the cigar factories convert to checks. So that kind of puts a kibosh on the whole robbing thing. Notice that around this time, there's almost 1,000 workers in the factory. And this pirate's got its foot on Florida and Cuba. In 1954, during the Red Scare, there was a mystery man connected to the factory that was distributing communist newspapers. He didn't want his picture taken. And there he is. "1957 will see another addition. And these are going to be offices. I love the combination of this newer architecture against the old factory. I just think it's so unique. And on the inside, I mean, look at that giant typewriter. That's pretty cool. This is modern for the time, right? Like, you always have to have a plant in these offices. We're pushing into the 60s, so you know what's coming. There's a lot of tension as Castro is taking control in Cuba. That could cause a problem for Cuban tobacco coming to the United States. People are trying to be optimistic, but the handwriting is kind of on the wall. There will be an embargo on Cuban tobacco. This is soon followed by the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. By 1970, the Perfecto Garcia factory was a potential nuclear shelter. That's pretty wild, isn't it? In 1971, a bunch of cigars were hijacked. In 1980, the water tower got a new roof. That's pretty cool, right? In 1982, sadly, the factory was closed. I mean, I think people saw this coming for a while, but, you know, it's sad to see when it finally happens. A lot of these cigar factories were going out. All that's left is smoke and memories. But it will be used for different purposes throughout the years. It is a furniture warehouse for a little bit. This article says that it is office complex, and it was potentially going to be a juvenile justice center for girls, but I don't think that ever happened. So many of these cigar factories have disappeared. It's very sad. Tampa is still known as the cigar city in a way, but obviously the glory days are way back in the rearview mirror. Here are some cool images taken not too long ago, and I'm told that it is currently being renovated. So it's still a beautiful building, isn't it? It's just amazing. And its history, like that of Tampa, has to be remembered. We are always constantly reinventing ourselves. I want to thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves out there, all right? Till next time.